Hello, my name is Harry. I'm the Digital Media Engineer here at TFT, and I want to tell you a little bit about this year's National Conference from the 4th to the 6th of October. The rest of this video is an interview with Bishop Keith, who is the main speaker at this year's conference. We talked a little bit about what he's looking forward to speaking on in the main talks, and also just to introduce you to him before the conference. I hope you find it informative, and if you haven't booked your place, please go to truefreedomtrust.co.uk to book your place for the 4th to the 6th of October. Thank you.
The kind of trigger for thinking about Thessalonians was actually being in Italy last year. And I don't know whether this was just before or just after Rob first approached me, but Rosie, my wife, and I had been visiting Pompeii, the kind of ruined city outside Naples, which, as you know, was destroyed by Vesuvius in 1870. And it's an incredible kind of window into what a Roman city was like in the first century. And I mean, I'll say quite a bit about some of the challenges that you can discover about what being a Christian in that context must be like. And I just have been thinking quite a lot about the similarities with being a Christian back in the first century and the challenges and opportunities now. And because Thessalonians, the two letters, are some of Paul's earliest letters, we think, and reading the emphasis, particularly in them on relationships, the quality of relationships is just really wonderful as you read about Paul and his love for them and their love for each other and so on. I just felt with TFT and all the stuff that we're facing now, it would be great to have a crack at it. And so that was the kind of sense from God when I first got asked by Rob. And as I've been working and thinking about it, it's just opened up more and more to me. And I'm praying that it will really help us, never mind the first century, the 21st century, and what being a Christian, but also what being a Christian community can be like if we're really connecting with God. And so I'm looking forward to hoping it's a blessing and help to everyone who wants to come. I've been really challenged and encouraged. I think one of the thoughts about the quality of relationships that I was just talking about was that sometimes we can find that really, really challenging in our churches, and it can actually be a reason why some people give up because they're just not getting the support or the help that they really need. So one of the things that has really been an encouragement to me is to see, that the possibility, not to give up on the possibility of quality in terms of relationship of love and faith and hope. And seeing the connection between really good teaching and doctrine, really knowing who Jesus is, which is also part of the Thessalonian letters, and with some particular focuses on standing firm and how that relates to some of the kind of persecution and afflictions that we face. And I think I think in the church generally, I think in TFT particularly, we are really going to be up against it and facing that more and more. And I hadn't quite expected this when I first came to the Thessalonian letters again, but it's really impacted me quite significantly how powerful it is to see the way in which the apostle encourages the church to stand firm, not to kind of give way. And I think that's got a lot to say to us right now. Well, I think that's one of the reasons for thinking about the church in antiquity, and that's where the experience from Pompeii. Because if you go around there, you are seeing a city that and a culture that is quite clearly sexually promiscuous, and we know from other letters as well as Thessalonians that people from all kinds of different backgrounds are coming into the church, into the Christian community, and it's all new and it's all different and it's all very, very challenging. And as you kind of read it again and thinking about our context, that there should be, for people, especially with same-sex attraction and those who may be ministering, a kind of complete unshockability, a complete openness, but a complete expectation of people being received into Christ and growing into Christ and what that can do. One of the reasons that I thought that Thessalonians would be, it's not the only of these letters, but actually there's no reference to husband and wives or singleness at all. Just a diverse people and there is an expectation of who they can be in Christ. And they are clearly doing it in a very tough environment. And I think that should encourage people as to what church can be like for them. And not to be afraid of any of the sins that they bring, not afraid of the sins of the culture around. But when we are in Christ, then we are new creations, and the church is to be an expression, an experience of that. And I'm hoping that spending this time together at the conference will help us as we come apart, so to speak, will give us some strength and encouragement that we can take back down to the local churches that we may be from. And if we're pastors, there'll be a chance to see that the apostles were great at teaching, great at loving, great at naming stuff that needed to be named, but realizing what God can do. And I'm hoping that will be something we can imitate and use and make our own in the 21st century church where we are.